Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Heroes in a turtle power. Heroes in a half. Shuttle turtle power. Heroes in a half. Shuttle turtle power. Heroes in a half. Shuttle turtle power.
All right. We made it, y'all. We made it. You can't even complain about it. Clap it up. Drop it. I said drop it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Drop a bomb. Drop a bomb. Just for a second longer as I read my last notes. Hey guys, how you doing? My name's Heero. This is the Stranger's Comic Book. Our goal here, if we're allowed to, is to get some learning in. And this learning we're going to try and do is revolved around Python. Ooh, the boogeyman. We got a few things we want to focus on outright. I'm meeting with my cousin a little later because I'm working on that goal, getting that tech job, baby. So let's just go ahead and get ourselves set up so that we can definitely did not save my settings, which is gross, but it's all right. No, we want to be on the coding screen. Yep, right here. Nope. And hope everybody's doing all right. I do have a new short out. It's pretty funny. I've been getting good to positive reviews on it. And once we get the chat rolling, I will ask y'all's opinion. What do y'all think of this joint? Because you know I'm not afraid to ask questions. Command prompt. Right, my command prompt is up. Let's get Visual Studio up too. There it is. CD. I want to hope that I did it with this one. I'm just going to hope. We did have a project on deck. Oh, cool. I did. Oh, and my settings did come back. Excellent. Like I said, I have a funny video. I'm going to put it in the chat. Or maybe I'll just save it and we can watch it later. Visual Studio did not pop up. So let's get Visual Studio up. There it is. The stream is holding up better than it did yesterday, but I'm not sure. I like yesterday. I cracked open my computer for the first time to like just because I wanted. I thought I was gonna be able to change the RAM, so I did a lot of move around, and I had to use a little spray cleaner to like totally clean that thing out. There was cobwebs in there. That means spiders lived in there at one point. Those are moving components. How did a spider get in there? But yeah, got to clean it out thoroughly. I knocked the drive out so it wouldn't boot. So I had to reopen it back up and plug in everything. Recheck all the plugs. And in the process of checking all the plugs, I came to this epiphany. Well, if I could build it, I could do this. I was with my boy Art. I was like, man, I could do this shit. I could build one from scratch, fam. I could build one from scratch. Hey, before we get into it, let's just go ahead and share this, right? Let's share this with a few people. Like, I feel like we're so close. This might be the stream that we do it. I'm not sure, but we're gonna try like hell. We're gonna fight like hell. Copy. We're gonna try like hell. So let's open up the. Okay, Big Art. Big Art. I know you still got this 400 Club shirt. It's not for everybody. Shirt's not for everybody, you hear me? Cole Cannon said, you ain't got no 400 shirt. That's why you let all the people make you move on the sidewalk. See, when he went to the yard, when he was coming, people had to cross the street. That's what he told me. You too nice. Cole Mo said I could play football here, but you got to be mean. I just wasn't a mean person, I guess. I just wasn't a mean person. All right, what we got going? All right, so we're here. We are here. And we got Python. So all my stuff is set up now. And I finally figured out what my two projects are gonna be. My two miniature projects. I want to have two minor projects, and I want to have a big boy project. Hey, don't put that on me, Art. Don't put that on me, big dog. You was out here. You was out here putting people in their place. I can't teach that. That's the only thing you could. That's that Louisiana. Arthur from a place where there's only one stop sign in the whole city. That's where you get that type of aggression. Yeah. Just let it be known. All right, let's see what we got. I remember this video from yesterday. And I just watched the video yesterday. So today we can actually work on it. But I do remember we had to get some things set up in advance.
Hello and welcome to Python for Everybody. This is another of our worked examples and I'm your instructor, Charles Severance. So The example we're going to do right now is exercise 4.6 in chapter 4. This is an exercise where we're kind of taking code that we've already written and redoing it in a way to just prove that we can do it with a function. So it's not like it's going to do anything different. It's going to do exactly the same as before, and we're just going to do it a different way. So let's go ahead and start up our text editor, Atom. Show you a couple new features of this. It's already been open. Let me sort of open it here again. I'm going to open, get a new window, and then I'm going to open. But what I'm going to do is to open this folder, right? So it's this folder right here, and I'm going to open that. So instead of opening a file, which is what I've been doing so far, I'm going to open a folder. So now you can see all the folders that I have, and they're just exactly the same folders that I've been making under desktop py4e. And so I can go and look at my previous assignments. The other thing I can do is I can control click on this and say new folder. And I can say EX exercise 04, 06. Again, I like the 04 and the 06 just so things line up when we get to chapters 10 and 11. That's why I'm naming my files this way.
Let's do that too.
And I'm going to adapt the code from exercise 3.1. We could do exercise 3.2, but it's longer. The difference between 3.1 and 3.2 was one uses try except and the other one does not. So I'm going to try to start with this one. I always clean up and get rid of that. So here is our time and a half for overtime logic. And I am going to say file save as. So I'm making a copy of it. And I am going to put this in this folder exercise 4.6, and I'm going to make sure to rename my file 0406. Okay, so now I've got exercise 0406, which is this one right here. That's the file we've got, and it's there. And so let me pop up my terminal window. CD desktop, CD py4e.
We're doing example 3.
CD ex04. Hit the tab for 06 because there was only one in 04. And so I can see where I'm at, and I have one file here, ls. Minus L gives extended information. And I can say Python 3 ex04 py 10 10.
So
and
all
away
I
we
did
go.
was just
Okay,
do what he did.
so this is this code. I'm gonna get rid of some of this logic here. These print statements, which I commented out, just to make it a little more dense. Okay, so let me start by just putting a function in here. And of course, def is the keyword for function, and compute pay is the name of the function, and it's supposed to take two parameters, hours and rate. And then you add a colon, and then we're indented, right? So the indent is to determine how long the function it lasts, how many lines it is. And I'm just going to say print in compute pay. Give myself a blank line. I'm going to save that. Now, I'm going to run it now. I'm going to run it now, and you'll notice something real quick. This line never came out. And that's because the way this works is this simply defines the function, and then it continues running, but it doesn't run that code. And it ran this code, and then it did, in this case, the else code, and then it did the print. But it never came up and actually ran this code. We have to call the function. Okay, we have to call the function before it's going to actually run. So now let's make a call. Compute pay, and let's pass in our variables that we have in this main code, fh and fr. So that compute pay fh and fr, and then I'm going to print out hours and rate.
Let's pause right here because he's actually done a lot. Okay. Let's let's take this down so y'all can see what I see. So y'all can see what I see. What I see. So first off, let's finish this, right? So it asks us for it. Let's just say 40 hours, $1. All right, cool. Now we're back to standard. So we know this program that we are currently running works, and this is just a copy and paste of the original one. But he did make some alterations to it. So let's see some of the alterations, shall we? So so first and foremost, it looks like hmm, interesting. Sorry, I'm checking the adjustments on some things. There's supposed to be music playing, but I don't hear any. And I know y'all don't hear any either. Yeah, it seems to be in the wrong place. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now I'm not losing my mind. So I feel better. All right, where were we? Oh yeah, picking up where the code left off. All right, so we know that he's trying to just change this to make it into a function. So not to lose anything, let's use the hashtag mark to just block out some of the things that we know are gonna affect the code. So the in the else statement, these two, this in the else statement, this can go. So we can make this, block that out, and block this out. We could block out the total. I'm pretty sure we'll make a new print. So we can block out print. And remember, like, we can always bring these back just by removing the print. So we need to block out the overtime because that's what we're going to calculate. And then I don't know if we need to block out the reg. Oh no, hold on. Wait, no, maybe, no, we don't need to block out any of these actually. So we got all of these. But one of the things that he talked about was definitions, right? So all right, so we in here. Shout out to the 4 people watching with your boy. All right. So if we want to add a function, okay, so we talked about this in the beginning. We're going to have to define some things. df what up, T? What up? Are you going to be on tonight, T? Dev. So we need a compute page. So that was the function. That was the function. So he put it here, compute pay, which is just going to be my float hour and my float my float rate. So I need to define that, the compute pay. So dev compute pay is hours and rate. So we print in con The Russians are here. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the stream and then I'll be right back because my latency level has been offset and this has been an issue since I reset the system. Stand by. I don't really want to reset, but it'll continue to be choppy as hell until I fix it. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I can fix it myself. Oh wait. Alright. It seems to have worked. Let's see. Alright, that seemed to have worked. No need to abort the mission. It's like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle lives here. Alright, and then we were CompuPay, right? I'm spelling that wrong. Compute pay. And then it goes our rate. So let's hit Control S on here. Now this will make sense because this makes sense. And it's all because this stuff in the middle makes sense. So this is my function. The question is, does it work? Yes, I'm coding live. Why, what are you doing? I'm currently coding to make a wage calculator. But I can do this normally. I can do this with normal inputs and normal variables. I can do it with normal variables and constants. But I want to use functions just in the event that I don't want to have to constantly repeat myself. I think dev was the last thing I learned. So the dev function up here, and anywhere I put dev, it should repeat itself. So the def statement is there now. And have to figure out how to get rid of this part. And not necessarily get rid of it, but oh yeah, mostly get rid of it, because if I get rid of it, no, I can't get rid of it. So I just have to add on to it. Because if I get rid of it, then when I set the dev, or if I want to set a try, it won't have anything to go to after that. So let's just keep pushing forward. So all still in the same sentence. We create an if statement, if greater than 40, not 410. And I'm basically just copying the bottom one. If I'm basically copying, let me just, yeah, I don't have to rewrite all of this. I can just pull it from the bottom. Because I'm just taking this if statement. Uh-oh. The variable is not defined. And it's not defined because this is supposed to come after this, so maybe I don't need this. So remove that here. One of my favorite people from Lubbock is in the chat.